an exciting messages tonight. Before we get started, I would like to thank, number one, our translators, Bingi in Tanzania, Adeline in Mozambique, and Alain in Cameroon. God bless you and everything the best. And I thank Rory for what he does in this. I'd like to tell you a little story before I start. You see, Alton and I joined the business in August the 23rd, 1973. We started building. I was part-time. I had a full-time job. Alton couldn't go and work. We had 3 children at the time. The youngest one was a year old. And so we worked at part-time and eventually started building. Eventually the business started growing. It wasn't easy. We had many challenges. Many negative people told us we were crazy. Anyhow, we started going with it. And in 1978, the company employed me as their national sales director. And I became a vice president, I think, in 81. But Alta was allowed to attend all the functions with me, but we couldn't build a business like we did before. So in 1986, we started from scratch again. It wasn't easy. I'd been showing people how to build a business, and now we weren't sponsoring people. It wasn't growing, but anyhow, we spent a lot of time researching this business. I checked in some different areas, and I was blessed that I'm African. Although I might have a white skin, I've got a heart for Africa. I could Africanize the ideas, and we employed it in the 1987. We formed the Eagle team. Now, when you remember when I was working for the company, I had a salary. But in 1986, when we became distributors again, there was no salary. So it really taught us to build this business without money. And I want to encourage you, you don't need money to build it. You can build it without. And I'll share a couple of ideas with you tonight. And the key, what I want to share tonight, you see, when we looked at it again in 1987, I said, we will do whatever it takes to build it to diamond. And I want to share things with you tonight that will actually help you build yours to diamond, okay? And the main thing to get to diamond, first you've got to be fully qualified and solidly qualified as a qualified director. I don't care what anyone says, that is the foundation. Not somebody become a director and drop off the following month. That doesn't work like that. You've got to build it solid. And when we're talking like that tonight and share some very positive ideas that how Alta and I built it, and we built it very successfully. It wasn't easy. And how we started developing our network, and it's important, you know, if you don't build a solid foundation, you'll never have a profitable business. Now, how we did it, whenever we had anyone say no to us, any prospect or anything, it was fine. We accepted that. But you know what happened? What we do? We say, hey, you don't want to make money? No problem. Will you be open to look at a way to save a lot of money on your household expenses? If they said yes, and that's when Alta and I would get into their home, demonstrate the cleaning products, and leave there with an order. And I think I'm just going to handle that quickly. Let you just get here. There are a couple of things we always had with us. A price list. This is a new one now, but it's a new life difference. I recommend you have a copy of that. And And we have an incredible catalog today. Those days we had a big, heavy manual, but we still had it with us. So when you finish demonstrating, we should say to the person we demonstrated to, why don't you have a look through the catalog and see what you'd like to order for the end of the month. Never say for now. A lot of people don't have all the money right now. And they place their order. And then we had this little retail sales book, which we still have. The company don't print them anymore, but the Eagle team print them on behalf of the company. They're always available. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Just need to talk with us anyhow. So we fill in the customer's name there and all the products that they want. And total is there. Then we say, would you like to pay for it now? And if you see they hesitate, obviously they don't have the money. They'll say, no problem. Why don't you give us a deposit and we'll deliver at the end of the month? So you get a deposit. Down the bottom section, you put in your details, your name and everything else. And this has got 3 copies, but you give the customer, the white copy is their receipt for the money they've given you. So what's exciting about that is you already know at the beginning of next month that you're going to deliver some products. And that's very important. And let me tell you something, when we deliver them, I had the catalog there again, and I'd say, while we're here, why don't you have a look and see what you'd like to order for the end of the month? And they'd place an order for 1 or 2 products. I never push them. And I say, would you like to pay now? They say, we don't have the money now. Well, just give us a deposit. They give us a deposit. I give them a white copy again. End of the month, we deliver. And every time we delivered, we made sure we demonstrated the products, that they knew exactly how to use it, how to save money on it, and that is important. You'll never build a relationship with a customer to become a consumer if you don't make sure they are happy using the products, and they can only be happy if they're using it the right way. And that is our responsibility as a distributor. Now, you're going to have some distributors actually join your business, and they might not do the business, whatever. Make sure that you help them become a consumer. Make sure that they use the products, because those are important for your business. It all creates the PV, which will then take you to your 4,000 qualified unit. And that's exciting, because you know that is solid business, and you're going to make a good profit on it, not on the inactive distributor. We let them buy it at wholesale, but your consumers, they buy at retail. And the company will pay you out your 20% profit at month end, at the company month end, which is exciting. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about keeping good records of your customers and your inactive distributor. And find out a bit about them, their children, and listen to them. And when anyone has a birthday or whatever, give them a call. And don't always be pushy, but just loving and good contact. And now the next thing I want you to do is we need to understand, as we're building our business, to step up, we are going to have to develop downline people into our business, new distributors, and you help them grow into it. And I'm going to take you through that this evening and show you exactly how to do that, okay? You see, I'm jumping the gun here. Before I do that, remember the most important thing in our business is for you to personally develop as a person. Your business will never outgrow you. So you must work on yourself, right? To think, we need to change our thinking. If it's not positive, get it to positive. Our talking, we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, because that's important, because personal development, you need to read. Good. Now, be careful what you read, be careful what you watch, be careful what you listen to, and also be careful with the people you associate with. Negative people can't help you. When Alton and I started, a lot of our family and friends were negative, purely because I think we approached them incorrectly or spoke too much like some distributors do and just blew them out of water. But don't worry about that. Work with those who want to. So help them. If somebody's positive, to get a plan showing. Now you can either have a weekly presentation in your area, or one-on-one wherever you are, or whatever you're going to put. And by the way, let me state something here right now. Zoom meetings are very good, especially for people out of your reach. That's why we do a Zoom meeting tonight. This is for people in other countries or wherever they are, they can log in. But if I can get to people personally, I prefer the high touch, the personal contact, because that's how you build a relationship and a camaraderie, and the people get to trust you far quicker, and they get to know you. And let's make sure if you keep promises to people, that you keep them, okay? That is very, very important. So work on your mind. What you feed your mind is important. Work on your body. You know, folks, we have got to look the part of our business. You know, we're talking nutrition. We're talking people, you don't have to brag about it, but dress nicely. You don't have to go overboard. I just had one suit when we started the business. But we need to do these kind of things to become a leader, okay? So work on it, work on yourself, because the biggest thing, people look at you and they say, what do you do? I never tell them what to do. I never mention the word Neolife. I'll tell you why. There's so many people have got a website on Neolife. I will mention Neolife when I'm sitting with a prospect to show the plan. Then I'll talk about Neolife. So that's important. So look after your mind. Now, this is another place where I find people fall down. You need to talk the right thing. Now, I cannot write a self-talk for you, and you cannot write one for me, because we don't know each other's habits, how each other think. And I think self-talk is very, very important. Talk that you've got a positive output. When you wake up in the morning, get excited about the day. I thank the Lord every morning for the day, and I get up and we go. And that's important. So you decide in the morning how your day is going to be. So really wake up positively, feel good. Now, if you've put a bunch of negative news into yourself the previous night, there's no way you're going to wake up positively. I personally do not listen to the news. Not that I'm not interested in what happens, but, you know, I know who controls everything, right? I believe God's in charge. People are just puppets. They're there today and they're gone tomorrow. Doesn't worry me. I pray for them, but I won't get hung up with it. So that's why Alton and I, when we go to bed at night, we have good thoughts in our minds. We've had a good self-talk, and we're excited about the future. So that's where we are. So I encourage you, really work with your self-talk. And if you're struggling with it, talk to your upline successful leader who can help and guide you, or talk with me whenever we're around or whatever, and we'll help you. But I first want to know about you and your habits and what you do and what you don't do. Or else I can't do a self-talk for you, because every one of us, you can't do follow my self-talk. It won't work for you. But you work as self-talk for you, it's going to work for you. It's going to help you grow your business. So that's very, very important. Now, as you're building your business, there's an important thing you've got to realize. And I want you to write, I've written it on the board behind me. You might not see it there, but it says, if you have a look at TTP to BYB. TTP to BYB. What does that mean? talk to people to build your business. That's a priority in this business. You need to talk to people to build your business. And get the habit. I don't talk to everybody. If I'm led to talk to somebody, I will. If I'm not led, I will. I've got to get, when you up here, you can get the feel that someone's positive. And folks, don't prejudge people. Don't ever do that. Sometimes a person you think the least of is going to be one of your best people one day. We have seen it in our business. So I want to encourage you, never ever prejudge. And, we need to believe in people. Folks, I'll tell you a true story. We saw the plan on the 22nd of August, 1973. The guy who did the plan had a follow-up meeting the next day. And he committed me. For those days, we got started. We needed a lot of money to get started, which we didn't have. We had no property. We never even owned a house. We had a rented house. I've only passed one standard in high school. I failed 3, okay? So we really had nothing. But what he said to me, and nobody had ever said that to me in my life, he said to me, you can do this business. And that's all I needed. You need to believe in yourself. I hope your upline or people you sponsor, that you are telling that you can do it. We just need to believe in people. Believe and they'll grow. I don't care what you think about them. Everyone's got potential. So we're really going to do that properly. Believe in people. Don't prejudge them. A lot of times, what a person looks out on the outside, they might not be well dressed or whatever. Hey, you don't know what's going on inside. And they might just be the right prospect for you and they grow. I was in the agricultural machinery business, selling tractors and machines and working on them. So I wasn't ever well dressed or anything, but the guy invited us and Alton and I had a look. We actually dressed up that night when we traveled 80 kilometers to go and look at a business. And I'll tell you, don't beg people to go and have a look. I said to him, I'm not going to travel 80 kilometers if you don't tell me what it's about. He said, if you want to die poor, stay at home. And guess what happened? Alton and I went to that meeting. So don't beg people, be firm, because you've got to really guide them. If you're not willing to listen, you're going to have a problem trying to help them build their business. Now, when you show a business plan or presentation, you all know how to do it. If you don't know, if you knew, talk to your upline. Your upline can guide you to do it. And when you've shown the plan, and they've come to look at a way to make more money, and folks, I don't care what they tell me. Africa, everyone, I don't care what their position is, I don't care if I've got a big ego, but Africa, people need to make more money. And that's a fact. And anyhow, and if they come along and look at it, or they say, well, what's it about? That's exactly what I'm going to show you. I always use the money approach, okay? I've had a couple of people join to come and use the products, and they become wholesale users, which are fantastic as well. So when you're showing the plan and it's finished, don't say, what do you think? Or what don't you understand? We understood nothing the first night, okay? But we still got started the next day with a guy, didn't beg us, but he was very firm. He had us fill out the application. He said, where do you bank? Now, I never had money in the bank, but I'd had a lot of hire purchase agreement with that bank. And he said, let's go. And had he not done that and got me to the bank and all that, we would not be here tonight. And this is our 52nd year in the business, right? And it's exciting to see where we're going now, and we're excited about the future. So be firm with people, and when you show the plan at the end of it, put the application in front of them. I hope you've got a good black pen. And you say, would you like to use my pen or your pen? And then you shut up and let them fill out the application. When they fill it out, at the end, you say, just approve it there. Don't say sign, just approve it there. And they approve it. You say, congratulations, you've made a fine decision. Now, how are you? Then the next thing I show the kit option. Whatever kit you have in your country, have it on a sheet, colored paper. I have it. I've got it in my office, not here, but show them a kit. Let them choose the kit they want. Folks, if you want to, look, we do not want employees. We want entrepreneurs, people who start thinking for themselves and make decisions themselves. So our first thing, I let them make a decision on the kit. They have a look. And if they want an explanation of the kit, I'll explain it to them. But I won't bombard them. If they say, I'm going to go for that one, I'll say, great. Put the code in there on the application. And I say, now, how are you going to pay? And if they might say, look, we don't have all the money right now. I said, how much have you got right now? And whatever they say, I say, great. Why don't you give it a deposit? And when will you have the balance? And they say when they're going to have it. And you put it down, and on the side of the application, I will fill out their receipt so much, and then give them that copy. That's their receipt for the money they put down. And now you start working with them. And they could eventually and now I'd even start working downline or some. And suddenly somebody in the downline wants to become a distributor. And you say to this one, how quickly can you get your money? Because one of your prospects wants to join and become a distributor. He says, I've been working downline with him. You know, when I get a new person started, I'm there, I want to help them become successful and make profit and make money, but at the same time, build a distributorship. Help them sponsor people. Help them take it. I'm not going to go through launching it. That's launching your business, but there's a lot more. I help them on the phone. Those who heard my sessions before, you know how to do it. And I get some prospects for them, and we'll phone those people. I've often done it in an audience, and people respond, and they get a lot of confidence when they see how you're doing it. I let them handle the first part invite, and I handle the second part. How I do it, I say, you know, we're going to phone so-and-so. When I choose the prospects, and we get 10 names, and I ask them questions about each one, and then I think, we're going to phone that one. And then while they're talking to that person, I need to ask them a question. Would you be open to looking at a way to make more money or over and above what you're earning if they're already employed? Say yes. Or if I say, what's it about? You've not answered my question. I asked if you would be open to look at a concept to increase your income or just to make more money, whichever way we're going to go. And if I say yes, I say, great. We've got a very exciting concept we'd like to share with you. However, we cannot do that on the telephone. We need to meet, and we're going to need 20 minutes or half an hour sometime to take it further. Would that be okay with you? They say yes. And then we start making an appointment to meet them maybe a couple of days' time or next week or whatever you're going to do. So that's how we do it. And when we get somebody started and we launch their business, then I want to find out their reason why they want to do it. What is their reason? Because it is so important that you know exactly what they want to do, what they want to achieve, and then you know how to work out a program for them and how they can get to that level. Because each level is a different income potential. If somebody's got big goals, you can say you'd have to be there, and then you'll have to move on from there. But then you tell them, are you prepared to come to training? Are you prepared to do this? Are you prepared to do that? With these things you're going to have to do if you want to reach that kind of income. Don't kid them. Don't say, oh, it's easy or whatever. Do it the right way and let them understand there is effort and there's something they've got to do. So that's how I get them started. So start, and then I'll launch their business the right way. and spend time on this, why they want to do it. Be firm. You know, let people understand, if you want to earn X amount of money and you see they got to put so much effort in, say, this is what you're going to have to do. Tell them, are you prepared to do that? Or else we're kidding each other, okay? Now, the next thing is you must develop in wherever you are. When you start a group, start doing training once a week with them. Just now, they'll have a couple of people come along. Just now, a group will start growing. And you'll do weekly training. Eventually, you'll spend time with them, help them with weekly training, monthly rallies, and to attend events. It's important to keep people involved and help them start building their business, their customer base. And I want to share something with you. I'm talking to the distributors now in the business. You see, we decided to do whatever it takes to build this business in 1987. We were really struggling financially. And it wasn't easy, but Alt and I decided we're going to do it the right way. And with God's help, we did do it, okay? And I want to challenge you all, don't negotiate the price. Decide to pay the price. There are sacrifices. There are things that happen. Life will happen to you. Things will go wrong at times. That's not a problem. That's all part of living. You're either going to really go through challenges. Now, we did it part-time for a long time before we went full-time way back in 1973, August. So really get excited about that. Decided to go through. Don't negotiate the price. And if you do it the right way, I promise you, I'm still going to lot to share tonight. One day you will tell your diamond story and give hope to a lot of people on stage. And we are on the program to develop diamonds. Those who are serious, man, we're going to be getting you really moving. Alt and I are excited about it. And we've got a goal to develop many diamonds in our business, right? And that's exciting because now, can I tell you something about diamond? Many people become a diamond, but you'll only become a diamond when you've mentally grown, your personal development, like you say, you first become a diamond and then you'll take the steps. A lot of people become diamonds, but they haven't grown. So get there, and when you look again, off of it. So really remember that. You've got to not negotiate a price, pay it and do it. And now, another thing in life I want to share with you as you're building your business. Never look back at anything that went wrong or anything. If you want to learn from the past, fine. But life happens to everybody, right? Look ahead, look forward. I want to share something with you. Alt and I lost one of our children, our youngest son, 3 or odd years ago. But you know what? It was sad. And we just went through that, but we realized a lot of people out there need us. So we got onto it and got back into the trenches, and we started building again. So I encourage you, look forward, look ahead. I know a lot of you have had challenges in your life. A lot of you have challenges with your family, your children, friends, or grandchildren. So that will happen, folks. There's no way we're going to get away from it. The next thing I choose, and I want you to think about this, I choose to take the path less traveled. Take the path less traveled. The path, I want to tell you, when we looked at the business way back in those early days, they said that 95% of people on earth at age 65 are either dead or dead broke. Now, folks, when I was 31 years old, we weren't dead, but we were dead broke. And then we decided to take a path of that very few people travel on and overcome your challenges. Just keep going. This business is really worth it. I want to talk to you about a couple of things about challenges. You know, we're going to have challenges. We've had accidents and this happened, all that. But God's given me this is what I do all the time. I thank you, Lord, and I know good's going to come out of it. And I move on, and I start looking for the good. Now, maybe in my mind, it's not exactly what I want that's happened, but I'm thankful for it, and I can learn from it, because, you know, I've learned one thing. Every one of us, God's writing your story. Now, when you go through challenges, I understand it today. He took us through challenges, right? Really big ones, financial ones, this one, that one. But you know what? He was preparing us for what he had in store for us. I didn't realize it at the time. Had we earned the kind of incomes we earn in this business today, we would have done stupid things with it. But God helped us grow. And that's important, that money does not control us. We use it for the business, use it for good things and for God's work or whatever, but we don't ever, not one day, talk about money. And I'm sure a lot of you out there would like to have that peace of mind, but you need to pay the price. You need to overcome your difficulties. You need to overcome the challenges in life. Challenges are good. A challenge will make you stronger and will help you get somewhere. If you don't have a challenge, there's no way you can get anywhere. And folks, don't think this business is an elevator to success. You're going to have to take it step by step. That's what I'm trying to say tonight. At whatever step, you're a fully qualified director. Your next goal is to develop another downline director that is fully qualified doing what you did by helping consumers, having a solid base. Folks, it's no good running to become a director and you've done your 4,000 and you haven't got a base. You're going to drop off of it again. It's a joke. Rather decide to do it right, to do it the right way. Spend the time. Reinvest in your future. You won't be like a yo-yo up and down, qualified now, not qualified next. Go and show your downlines how to develop consumers, how to develop, turn a nose into customers. Use those things that we're talking about tonight. It can really help you. It can really help you move ahead in life. So I choose a path less traveled. I sincerely hope you choose it, because I believe, and I want you to believe, that God has a plan for your life. He's got a plan for all of us. And I trust that plan, and that's why I hang on to it, because there's not one human being who does not have incredible potential. They might not know it now. They might not be using the potential, but they've got it, okay? So just keep going at it. It's worth it, right? We all have challenges, and we just thank the Lord for it. Do what it takes. Don't ever, there are people out there, folks, who need our help, especially now. They need somebody to open the door for them, to give them hope. And that's important. That's what we're doing in the business. By getting people started, we put food on the table. We give them hope. They start growing. They start building a network. Their income starts growing. And that's exciting. In turn, they touch other lives. And folks, that's what this business is all about, is lives, touching lives out there. Change your life with a smile, one person at a time. I want to share something with you. You know, you might go through a couple to get that person who really wants to build it. But I tell you what, it's worth it. Go downline. One person who builds a downline, a training group, a big group, is worth going through the challenges to get them to that position. Now, it might, at times, it might not be the person you sponsored. It might be below that one, or maybe 3 or 4 below. That's why you've got to keep working downline with your people, keep developing downline people, and then you'll have a solid business. You know, when you've got a new group growing, just because of one person you gave hope to, that's exciting. You know, and that's all we look for out there. Now, I don't run around begging people to join or whatever, but I'm always conscious of approaching people. I'm always conscious of asking a question. I'm always positive about it. And Alton and I are both positive about it. And we both look apart. We shape. We don't look out of shape, our health and everything else. And, you know, I'm going on my next birthday, 83. Alta's going on to, she's 76 now, hers will be 77. But we exercise our bodies every morning when we're home. We traveled a lot this year. We were out of the country with trips into Africa 6 times this year. We were trips overseas, the Mauritius trip and the Paris trip twice this year. So we've been very, very busy, excluding all those Southern African trips. So it's exciting. So really get excited about it, get excited what can happen out there. You can change a person, one person at a time, and you could get a new group growing. And folks, that's what it's about. Develop a new group. That'll take you to Sapphire. But while you reach Sapphire, make sure you're solid. You already got another 2 there that you're working on, 2 groups that you're building structure, helping them become profitable. And now I don't do it for them. I show them how to do it. And I do that until I can eventually let them go and the group can start growing, and I just keep contact with it. It's very, very important. So change your life, develop that new group, get it growing. And I want to tell you something, folks, when you have made a difference in someone's life and someone comes to you one day and says, thank you very much. And when you listen to their story and when you hear their story on stage as diamonds one day, you'll know you've done something worthwhile, because that's what it's all about. It's not what you do yourself, it's how many lives do you touch? How many people do you make a difference in their lives? And that's important. Go out there, and I want to challenge you, just go and look for that one more. Never, ever, I'm not a quitter, nor is Alta. We've never quit anything. We might have felt like it at times, but I don't quit. We will claw back and go for it with God's help. So I want to encourage you, never ever quit. It's just that one more. I've seen it happen all over. One person sponsors one person, and that group starts growing. And I tell you what, your business starts taking off. And that's important. But I encourage you tonight, really build it solid. Don't try and be a quick, there's no quick fix. There's no easy way to do it. There's a right way to do it. So I want to encourage you, take this information and start using it, sharing it with people and touching lives out there. And I'll tell you what, folks, we are going to touch lives all over this world, but primarily, Alta and I stick in Africa. We've got a business in many other countries, but I love Africa. I'm a white African. My first language was an African language, Xhosa, Mandela. I'm fluent with it. My mother could speak it fluently. And right from a little chap, I grew up with 4 little black guys on about 25, 30 kilometers outside of Port Elizabeth. And that's why I've got a heart for Africa. I feel more comfortable here than anywhere else in the world. I go all over the world, but I'm comfortable in Africa because I understand the people. I get life-giving hope. Africa is a real place. I really believe it. And I challenge you, let's go make a difference on this continent. It needs this business. It needs a near-life business. It needs a product. I want to challenge you, folks. Let's go out there and touch lives. I know you can do it. Follow your uplines and follow the system. And we look forward to seeing you one day at the top, sharing your diamond story wherever you are right now. I know you can do it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.